Oh, yo, what's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having a good week, having a good day. I know I am. We had a great trade yesterday. For those that weren't in the stream, welcome. Happy to have you guys back. But yesterday we had a great trade. I have some really good setups for tonight. Really good setups for tonight. So hopefully everybody had a good day. Like I said, this is the last stream of the week. So we're going to go over some charts here and get into it. Yeah, it's been a good week, guys. I hope everyone else has had a really good week. Super appreciative of everybody that tunes in and comes in. Thank you to my moderator, Adele, always showing up. Really appreciate you, man. But let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. All sells today. All sells. So we have AUD USD on the hour chart and the 4-hour chart. Let's take a look here. 4-hour chart, this thing is so bearish. So bearish. Looking to fill the next zone here. We have a full candle closure below the EMA ribbon, as well as a full candle closure below the fair value gap. This is already a sell. We could get in this right now. However, we might see some retracement of 27 to 30 pips, possibly. So we're going to hold off for a little bit. We're going to see what happens on this hour candle. I love AUD USD sells. Euro AUD, that's the only buy we were looking at tonight, is Euro AUD. Again, 4-hour candle, full candle closure above the EMA ribbon we're about to get. And looks like we have a small fair value gap here formed, as well as a rejection at a key zone. So meets all of our criteria to take a trade there. Certainly something that we're looking at pretty heavily. CHFJPY dropping off an absolute cliff from being at a previous high. Again, these are all on the 4 hour right now, guys. We're just taking a look at the 4 hour before we hop into the 1 hour here in 8 minutes when we get our 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time candle. GBP looking like a sell, should come down and finish this zone no problem for roughly 28 to 30 pips. Test the EMA ribbon and the zone down here, the support, previous support. Not my favorite chart, just because there's not a lot of room to go, but certainly looks solid. But again, not my favorite. GBP USD, complete break of structure right here. We had a complete break of structure right here. This was our key level right here. We broke it. This is moving toward the downside. The question is, will it come here, here, or down here? Those would be our take profits if we were to get in a trade like this. Those would be them just very quickly. That's what those would be. But this is a very bearish chart as well. It looks like it tried to reject this over here. It did not. It tried to reject it and come back up. Didn't. We got a sell signal a couple hours ago. Oh, shit. What do we have? Good shot. Thanks, Ryan. So one of my friends got me this. Miguel, what's good, man? How you doing? How do you find break of structure? You got to draw your lines on the hour and the 4 hour and wait for it to break structure at a key level. This was a key level that was broken. It was broken here on the way up. It was broken here on the way down. This key level dates back to right here. Good question, though. Another day, another dollar. NZD USD. All the USD pairs are dropping, guys. Every single USD pair is dropping. And NZD USD is absolutely dropping off a cliff. This is the 4 hour chart. I see no reason that this doesn't go to minimally here, here, and here. You're looking at 20 to 50 to 73 pips. Again, very good chart. And Euro USD looks like it's about to drop off a cliff as well. I would need it to close below this because it looks like we've already had the break and retest over here. And now it's coming down. Probably see another retest before we see it come back down. But your zones are these areas right here. That would be 1, 2, and 3 as your TPs. Oh, man. Aloha, you had a rough day? Would you try and trade news, man? There was some gnarly news. 7 a.m. GBP monetary policy news. Official bank rate news. Euro monetary policy statement. Euro main refinancing rate. USD unemployment claims. AUD Governor Bullock speaks. You had news in 4 different currencies today. Red folder news. Look at this. You had red folder news in 4 different currencies today. I wouldn't even touch the New York session today. From 7 a.m. all the way through 12:45, you had red folder news. Sydney, what's going on? Nat Otuka, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome back. But absolutely wild amount of news today, guys. And we're going to get the aftermath of it, which is nice. So far, my number one here is AUD USD and NZD USD. Like I said, the USD pairs are dropping off. Euro USD is also kind of dropping off. I'd like to see a break here, like I said, for us to be able to take anything there. But top 2 right now are AUD USD and NZD USD. And we already got the sell signal too. We're going to wait to see what this hour candle does. See if it gets any rejection coming up here. But we could be in a trade pretty early here. One thing to note, very important. This is a support right here. Here, here, here. You do not want to get faked out by this and have it reverse on you. That is one of the reasons that we are going to wait. I still believe this resistance zone to be true. However, we do want to make sure that we don't get wicked out and have it come back up this way on this AUD USD chart. But like I said, I absolutely love this chart right here, AUD USD. Even if you only go for, what would that be, 12 to 15 pips, still worth it. Still worth it. I personally think it's going to go for 70. Yesterday, hopefully you guys got in the trade that we were in yesterday. The trade from yesterday on stream that we took was GBP CAD. Look at that bad boy. Went for a total of, to the bottom, obviously we got out at TP3, roughly 77 pips. To the bottom, though, went for 143 pips. We sniped that sell yesterday. Yesterday, we held zero drawdown. Zero drawdown, pretty much, on yesterday's trade. So, awesome trade yesterday, guys. We waited, and then we finally got in it after about 2 hours of streaming. So, the waiting paid off, and I'm really happy with that trade yesterday. I made a couple grand. This was a fantastic trade yesterday. So, we clearly identified... vPro store, what's going on? Welcome. We clearly identified this break of structure right here. And we waited for it to come down and come back up and retest right here where we got in. And then it absolutely dropped off a cliff to our next support zone right here. This was an awesome trade yesterday. It was textbook. Really couldn't have asked for a better trade yesterday. So, beautiful trade. But again, today we're looking at AUD... USD and NZD USD. Oh, NZD's dropping off a cliff already too. It's an NZD bank holiday, by the way, guys. So NZD banks are closed, I believe, today. New Zealand. Yes, it's a bank holiday all day for them. I don't know what holiday. Don't quote me on it, but it's a bank holiday. All right, we just got our new candle here, guys. This minimally is going to go for 11 to 42 pips. Your final zone would be somewhere around 80 pips right there. Again, I don't think it's just going to completely drop off a cliff. I think we'll probably see some sort of pullback before it goes down like this. But that's ideally what I'm looking at. Euro AUD looks like a very solid buy as well, guys. Euro AUD could possibly go to the next zone for 71 pips. I like this trade a lot. We had a clear break of structure over here, and then we had another break of structure right here where we broke out to the upside. So, very solid fundamental trades here. Looking at these charts, we're seeing some very clear charts in my opinion. But again, we don't rush just because we like the sell. We're not going to rush into a trade. We're going to wait to see if we get a little bit of pullback here. But I'm going to go over our rules real quick and why this trade works for us. It looks like we've got a lot of people in here right now. So I'm going to go over the rules real quick. Essentially, we have identified that this is in a downtrend, being that we have lower highs and lower lows, right? So we've identified we're in a downtrend. Downtrend is rule number 1. Rule number 2, we have a full candle closure below the EMA ribbon. That's rule number 2. Rule number 3, we have fair value gaps formed, indicating that we have protection to move toward the downside. That's number 3. Number 4, we have rejection at a key zone. I think we actually said that already, and we also have the technicals on all the 4-hour time frame and lower are strong sells. So we have plenty of confirmations that this is a sell. Again, I want to make sure we don't get trapped right here and don't have this wick on us and come back up this way. We want to make sure we don't get that rejection back up this way. I think it's going to finish off this massive M pattern And this would be our measuring move right here, where we end up down here. This is the goal. Nice, man. If it worked for you, that's awesome. I just can't trade during news like that. When there's red folder news all morning, I just can't do it. That's wild. That's wild. 70 concurrent viewers. Nice. David, funny, what's going on? Odabil, what's the FEG indicator? This is my personal indicator. You can get it on my website, or just use Nephew Sam on Benny, what's going on, man? Just use Nephew Sam is what it's called. That's all right, bro. You get it back. You get it back. You just got to be disciplined and have a strategy that you stick to. Boy, this chart is just dropping. There is not a ton of volume in these charts yet. GBP USD, like I said, all the USD charts are absolutely dropping off. Just completely dropping. David, yo, I do this every day. Yep. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I don't trade Fridays. Trading Fridays is for suckers. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't trade Fridays. I don't trade dump off Fridays. Like I said, we already got the sell signal here on the Trading with Matt indicator. It already went for 30 pips. I would like to see some retracement. A little bit of retracement to retest the zone before we go. Live. Yeah, no, I trade live. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Asian session open. Yes, sir. Live 5 days a week. If you're asking me to tell you buy or sell instantly, you should not be trading like that. But gold's about to drop off, it looks like. But I don't trade gold, guys. Stuart Bears from Amsterdam. What's going on, man? How are you? We got a sell signal on the hour candle on gold, but I don't trade gold, guys. I do not trade gold. Fair warning. Don't trade gold. I don't trade it. Who else saw that? All those prop firms didn't let they cut off a lot of trading of commodities, indices, precious metals. Bunch of prop firms today, guys. Roberts Brothers, what's going on? Welcome back. Happy to see you. I personally just don't touch gold, guys. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw. I sent it in the Discord, though, but a ton of prop firms. People are making money everywhere right now. There's always people. Favor Deho, what's going on? How are you? Welcome to the stream. I had to fix my camera there. Gouda, we wait for our system to be activated here. We have to have rules to trade. I don't just enter trades because people say please trade. We got rules to follow. That's how you become profitable. There's rules you got to follow in order to become profitable. System you got to follow. These bad boys are moving. And we don't really have FOMO here, guys. Like I said, we're waiting for a retracement. If we miss a couple pips here and there, that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. The goal here is to make sure that we have the right direction and get in at the right point. So, again, we're not going to just jump into a trade. That's not how I roll. I really do like GBP USD. CHF JPY, we're going to get rid of this chart. There's not enough room for it to go. And I don't want to sit on it all day. So we're going to drop out of that one. Like I said, AUD USD and NZD USD are my favorite charts right now. Euro AUD is kind of already making its move. I'm not really too worried about it. GBP USD is going to go, and Euro USD we're waiting. Euro USD is just sitting right here at the bottom. Ideally, we need a break and a retest. David, I've been trading for 15 years. We have a very strict system, guys, that has 4 general rules. You just got to follow them. You got to follow them. If you don't follow, and you don't have to have the same system as me to be profitable, but you have to have a system. Blindly trading with emotion or guessing and just pressing buy and sell is not going to get you anywhere. I promise you that. I promise you that. It is a very difficult thing to learn and master a strategy and stick with it. But it is worth it. It is 100% worth it. Romeo, what are you talking about, man? Yeah, you gotta just trade your... people try and switch strategies all the time, and I'm like, what are you doing? But hey, as long as you make money. Alright, so my rules here, no, I don't use the VWAP. I have 3 very specific rules, and I'm going to show them to you guys. Alright, so pay attention. We have to have 1, we need a reversal at a key zone. We clearly have this as a reversal at a key zone. 2, we need to identify that it's an uptrend or a downtrend. We have a clear uptrend identified. 3, we need a full candle closure on the hour chart or the 15-minute chart or the 4-hour chart above the EMA ribbon. 4, we need a fair value gap created. All right? You meet all 4 of those, and your 5th one, which is not one that I always use, but I like to look at it, is look at the technicals on TradingView. If it matches, you're probably on the right track. Those are my rules right there. It's very simple. It is not a hard strategy. If you can get those 4 rules down, you can 100% make money in the markets. You can 100% make money in the markets. There's no reason that you can't. Bid? We're not in anything, CEO job. We're still waiting here. List them again? Alright, so no problem. I'll list them again real quick, guys. So we need a confirmed downtrend. That's 1. We got the confirmed downtrend here. We need a reversal at a key level. So we had this reverse at a key zone. That's 2. You need a full candle closure. Full candle closure below the EMA ribbon or above the EMA ribbon, in this case below. And you need a fair value gap formed, which is why my strategy... Jose, what's going on, man? which is why my strategy right here, you see Matt's strategy, this is the indicator that I had coded for myself, printed a sell candle. It had the full candle closure below the EMA. It had the downtrend confirmed, the reversal at a key zone. Once this fair value gap printed, it printed a sell sign for us. So this indicator does all the work for you. I use it as a guide to make sure that what I'm doing matches what my indicator is doing. I made the indicator, so if I'm agreeing with my own indicator, chances are we're on the right track. Make sense? Everybody understand that? Hopefully everybody understands that. Boy, that thing just dropped off. I genuinely think this chart is just going to dive. Nosedive. There you go. It's coming, Malachi. There you go, bud. We got the sell signal on the 4 hour. We got the sell signal on the 1 hour. To be honest with you guys, we'll probably get in this trade. I just want to see if we get any sort of pullback here. Red Scar, this is AUD USD right now. AUD USD is the chart we're looking at. Yeah, we're going to wait on this 15-minute candle here, guys. If we get any sort of retracement on this 15-minute candle, we'll enter just to get in at a better price. I hope we get a little bit of retracement. Looks like we may not. We broke the previous lows, though. Right here was the low we were looking for. It already broke this one. Nice fair value gap printed on the 15 there. Are we going to get any retracement whatsoever? Or is this thing just going to drop off an absolute cliff? Because that's what it looks like it's doing. Keep in mind, this was session open last week, I believe. It gapped up and it stayed up here. Now we're finally breaking this gap up. How many pips we got to the bottom here? 60. NZD USD, we got the sell signal also. Which one has more? Euro AUD's got the most. Euro AUD's got the most volume by far. GBP USD's going. I liked on the hour that we already had the retest on GBP USD here, guys. I like that we had the retest already. And we just broke the lows. Euro USD looks like it's gonna go. Oh, Euro USD looks really good. No, none of this is Bitcoin, man. This is foreign exchange pairs. All these look good, to be honest with you guys. Just deciding which one we want to take. The one that has the most room to move, man, Euro USD's got a ton of room to move. Euro USD's got, I think AUD USD's got the most room to move. I was hoping we'd get some retracement here, to be honest with you guys. I really was. I mean, this hour candle's already gone for 18 pips. We broke lows, that's for sure. So NZD/USD has, let's see. This has 68 pips. This one's got 62 pips. They're the same trade. The only reason that I like this one better is because we got that fair value gap there. We didn't get it till up here on this one. I think regardless, we're going to finish off this zone on all these pairs. All of these. What's up, Romeo? Yeah, we don't trade gold, but gold looks like it's selling off, and you know that because every USD pair, AUD/USD, NZD/USD, GBP/USD, Euro/USD, they're all dropping off, which means the US dollar is going up and gold is going down. But yeah, I bet you if I go to the gold chart, it's dropping off. Yeah, there you go. It is. This is Trading View. This is where I mark up all my charts. Boy, we gotta sell twice on this one. Are we finally getting some retracement? Both of them gave us sell signals, guys, so there we go, some retracement. That's what we like to see. At this point, it's just going to be which one looks the best to us because they all look really good. And Euro/USD just gave us the sell signal. We just got the sell signal on Euro/USD as well. Desmond, what's going on, man? How are you? Oh boy, I gotta tell you guys, all these look pretty good. There's the retracement we were waiting for. That's the retracement we wanted to see. There you go, Desmond. I think we're going to go with either Euro/USD, NZD/USD, or AUD/USD. I think out of all of them, though, out of all of the charts, let me just look at the hour real quick. So this one's got an area of resistance right here, right? Because this was a shoulder right here. So that's equal with right here. That's the only thing that's bothering me about that chart. On NZD/USD, it already broke through that. This was that area of resistance here. Next one's down here, but that's a take profit area. So this one's got the room to move with no real deterrent like this one does right here because it already broke it. Whereas on AUD/USD, you're almost at it. See what I'm saying? It's the same chart, but this one is at the point of resistance where this one has already broken it. See, we broke through it. The break of structure is there. Now, are we going to get a retest, though? That's what we're waiting to see. That's what we want to know. Oh, I did not mean to do that. But we're looking at all of these, and then Euro/USD, I wish it had more volume, but Euro/USD on all accounts looks pretty good for a sell. Break of structure, we have been charting sideways for 3 days and 8 hours, and we finally just broke to the downside on Euro/USD. That's the only reason I like that one the best out of all of them. However, very important to note that it does not have the most volume. It does not have the most volume. That's the only thing that bothers me about this is volume. There's the retracement we were waiting for, guys. I don't trade ICT at all, but I appreciate your sentiment there, December. I've never watched an ICT video. I don't know what ICT is, but okay. We're trading support and resistance zones and break of structure. I mean, a fair value gap was not created by ICT. It was not created by him. That's wild, though. They've been around a lot longer than ICT. I use them as support resistance zones. We've used them, I've used them for a very long time, and they work pretty well. But like I said, and I say this every stream, there's many ways to trade, and people that come in here and like, you're trading wrong, I'm like, wow. 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 Make you feel better if I turn the indicator off? That's the retracement we were waiting for, though. What's the data on fair value gaps? Typically, when you have a rejection or a reversal at a key zone after a fair value gap is created, it typically is a confirmation. Yeah, I mean, December, I've been doing this for a long time, man. And again, I'm not negative toward anyone because, you know, there's way too much negativity in this industry. Point proven. There's so many different ways to trade and so many different ways to make money. It just blows my mind every day. The more that I see people just blows my mind, man. We can go back to every single signal and see if there was a fair value gap, but I've already done that. That's why it's coded into this strategy. This one right here that says Matt strategy, my strategy. But hey, man, some people trade differently, and that's okay. That's totally okay. But like I said, I've never watched an ICT video in my life. I listened to him one time on Twitter. And I just, so many different words that were meanings for the same thing, but just too much. Daniel, what's going on, man? Arziman Daniel, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Welcome back. Something light, Jose. Yeah, we certainly got the retracement, that's for sure. But again, this is why we wait, guys. And I say this every single stream. When people are like, why aren't you in yet? Why aren't you in yet? We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting for some retracement. Ideally, it already broke. Now we want to see the retest. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I just think that there's so many people in this industry that just absolutely hop on social media and try and shit on each other, and it's ridiculous. It's like it's us against the markets, not us against each other, trying to see who's better at identifying a buy or a sell. Like, if you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. You know what I mean? Yeah, reversal at a key zone. So, like, this would be a reversal at a key zone right here. This would be a reversal at a key support. This is a reversal at a key resistance. This is a break of structure right here at a key zone. So I mark my key zones on the 4-hour time frame. So like on the 4-hour time frame, if you get a reversal with a candle confirming your reversal, it's typically a good sign. Like for instance, up here, we were bullish all the way up, and then you got a reversal candle, a red candle. We came back up and retested the area. You typically want to wait for a retest, and then you can get in. Simple break and retest of key zones, and using those zones that you mark up on the 4-hour chart. That's the way I do it. All of them were traced pretty much. Every single one of those charts were traced, which is a good sign. Does that make sense, man? Good, I'm glad you got it. I would try and pronounce your name, but I am going to butcher it, and I don't want to do that to you. Yeah, you can get as skeptical as you want. Like I said, I've been doing this for a really long time, man. Like 15 years is a pretty long time to be trading in the markets. I'll say the last numbers, 8754. Gianni. What's going on? What's my edge? I don't have an edge. I just have a strategy that I use over and over and over again. The same strategy over and over again. Right here, man. I just sent it to you. The link's going to pop up here in a second. Right there. It's free. Join the community. We chatted all day about charts. We chat all day, every day about charts, sending messages back and forth, talking to each other. Just a community, you know? Mission Crownie's got the idea. No trades yet. We're still waiting. We have our ideas of what we want to do. My indicator's on my website. It's an invite-only indicator. Like I was saying before, the rules I have coded into this indicator, I've been testing for a very long time. But we have an idea that AUD USD, NZD USD, Euro USD, and GBP USD, all the pairs with USD as the secondary pair, they're pretty much all selling. We're just waiting for some sort of rejection again. I don't like selling on the down, like when you're already 2 candles down. I like to see some rejection up into this area before selling down. But all these pairs right here, if you're on the horizontal screen, I'll move it over. All these pairs right here, these three. Here, I'll move this one up. AUD USD, NZD USD, Euro USD, GBP USD. They all have volume, but like I don't like just trading it on the straight down. You typically have a retest. Like the market doesn't just move down and just move up, you know? It goes more like this. Or like this. You know, they have moves. They certainly have moves of major downturn. I mean, look at gold from the other day. How about that one for you? Bet you that was fun if you had a short. Not so much if you had a long. That went for... I mean, gold dropped literally almost $1,200 in... What is that? 4 days? But again, I don't trade gold. Just crossed 100 members in the Discord. Let's go. Good job, guys. That's awesome. Yeah, volume's on the side, man. It's right here. Volume's right here, man. Right here. All my volume's right there. Of course we use volume. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of different ways to trade. This one involves 4 very simple rules. But volume is certainly part of it. Like, I'm not going to go trade a pair right now that has no volume. Like, I'm not going to go jump in a EuroCAD trade that's consolidating and has no... Like, consolidating and has no volume. Like, that doesn't make sense. Volume is certainly a very important part when you're analyzing. But I think market structure and price action is going to get you very, very far. You need volume for volatility. And how we make money is volatility. As traders, like, that's how we make money. But yeah, we got a big old wick right here, and that's what I was nervous about, which is why we didn't fully hop in this yet. I think I like the NZD one better. Just keep in mind that NZD banks are closed today. Marvin, man, welcome. Appreciate you joining. I would say just find somebody. Again, I don't care if it's me or if it's somebody else. But just as general advice to anybody who wants to trade, find one person that does well and is clearly profitable and stick with them. The more you jump around to different traders and different YouTubers and different mentors is just going to get confusing. So I don't care who you go to. Like I said, I stream for free every day regardless. But if you're going to go to somebody, just make sure you're consistently going to one. Because once you start asking different people their opinions on the same question, you're going to get different answers. You know what I mean? So, that's just my stance on it, guys. Good. I'm glad you do. It's important to have somebody that you can trade with and learn with and grow with. Super important. I agree with that 100%. Yeah, for sure. Now, I don't trade Bitcoin, but I can certainly look at it. Like I said, we marked up these zones on Bitcoin weeks ago, and they hit every single one. But Bitcoin's in a scary place right now. You'd have to go to like the week or the month chart. Like, Bitcoin's in a scary place. If Bitcoin breaks below this zone right here, like if we break the 50 to 60,000 range, like, Bitcoin's in a lot of trouble, but I don't see that happening. I see us coming back up to this area. I think Bitcoin's going to come back up to the $70,000 area, right around here. You're going to have it come back down, and we're going to have a big decision. There's going to be a big market decision. We're either going to come back up and break through and move toward the upside, or it's going to come back down and reach some lows that we do not want to see. Because I think for the overall industry, trading industry, it's going to hurt a lot of people if Bitcoin takes a nosedive more than it already has. Jose. Jose. My guy. Yeah, I don't like trading Bitcoin, to be honest with you. I'm just never been a fan of trading Bitcoin. But it does correlate. I mean, Bitcoin correlates with many of currencies. I don't really know much about him, to be honest with you. Talking about the new Fed guy, the new chair. Yeah. Because of... Ah, man, that's funny. That's funny. I don't know enough about the Walsh guy. I haven't really read much on him, to be honest with you. But yeah, Bitcoin's definitely in some turmoil right now. It's got some issues. But gold and Bitcoin are both dropping. I'm sure a lot of people see it as an opportunity to buy, which I totally would say. Oh, he said he's going to come in and make cuts. He said he's 100% going to come in and make cuts. Yeah, Schuber, what's going on? Good to see you back in here. Appreciate you joining again. Good to see a lot of people back in here. Ravizin, what's going on, man? I saw you subscribed earlier. Thank you. Some markets are crashing. Some not so much. I mean, look at, what was it, CHF-JPY? CHF-JPY isn't crashing. This thing's at a high that it's been at for... CHF-JPY's been at all-time highs. That's not crashing. Look at that. Those are week-long candles. My current time is 7:40 p.m. 7:40 p.m. I live in Florida. I live on the east coast of the United States. Well, this way on camera. East coast of the United States in Florida. Florida, you know? Yeah, it's 7:40. Gianni's Italian. Nice. I probably could have guessed that. It could be Yanni, like Giannis. Yeah, not all, but a lot are. Yeah, a lot of markets are taking hits right now, which is surprising that gold isn't driving up more, because typically when foreign governments and governments take hits and their currency takes hits, people tend to put money in precious metals, which is very odd to me why gold is taking such a hit right now. 1:41 a.m. over there. Nice, we reached in Italy. It could be Yanni Frighetto. Yeah, we got Italy, we got Bangladesh, we got the UK, we got South Africa. We got everybody in here. Of course, my fellow Americans in here as well. Sam Stanley, what's going on? How are you? Yeah, AUD USD. Again, I don't love the wick on the 1 hour. We're gonna wait for some rejection. Netherlands, right? That was another one. Netherlands, there you go. Forgot about that. Stewart bars. Irish. There you go. Ireland too. Nigeria. This is wild. I remember South Africans. Yeah, I said that earlier, I thought. I'm doing good, Sam Stanley. Thanks for asking. Sweden. Sweden. That's where the real money is. I'm going to talk about where the real money's at. The big players are at. Switzerland. Sweden. Dubai. Carlos Benjamin from Dubai. What's going on, man? I hope everybody's having a good day. Happy Thursday, everybody. We got a lot of new faces in here. I appreciate everybody. Like I said, we pretty much analyzed our charts. We're just waiting to see what we got. Malachi from Hawaii. There we go. You are quite literally the furthest you could be from me, I think, possibly in the United States. Sam Stanley, I go live Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 5 days a week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just subscribe and put your notifications on. You'll get my... Jay Graham just joined Trading with Matt on the website. Nice. Welcome, Jay Graham. I'm doing great, Carlos. Thanks for asking. Appreciate you joining. We're looking at all the pairs with USD at the secondary pair. So specifically AUD USD, NZD USD, and Euro USD, and even GBP USD. We're looking at sells on all of these. But like I said, we're waiting. We already broke the zone here. We're waiting for a retest on pretty much all of these. We are about to get a new 15-minute candle. I love the rejection here on this one. Sorry, guys. I love the rejection on this one. Oh, that's you, Schubert. Nice. There we go. There you go, man. I got you. I got you, Sam. I think we're going to see it retest like somewhere over here. On the hour, we could get a retest up in like this area right here. Like this area before we see it go down. Yeah, no problem, Sam. Hello, bro. What's up, Banderass? Banderass Axe? I probably butchered that. Sorry if I did. We'll go with Bander, alright? What's up, man? We can go ahead and mark our zones together, though, guys. So, again, we're looking at AUD USD. That's the first one. So, that would be AD. Just kidding. Just kidding. AU. That's number one. Number two is NU. And number three is EU. That was the ugliest E ever. All sells. Here's the three charts that we're looking at. AU, NU, EU sells. Oh, glad to hear you're doing well, man. I don't trade crypto. No, I don't. I only trade the foreign exchange markets. I only trade the foreign exchange markets. Adele. Shout out to... I'll check here real quick. Schubert. No, you can ask as many questions as you want. Adele, can you put Schubert in the VIP? Schubert just joined VIP. If you wouldn't mind, please. Schubert, make sure you message your Discord name so we can get you in the proper channels. Welcome to Trading with Matt team. Sorry if I asked too many questions. I'm new. Let's see. I'm a noob, want to learn, but I'm utterly... Okay. Any advice for you? Brand Factory, we're looking at AUD USD, NZD USD, and Euro USD. Hell's breaking loose. Yeah, it really is. Good. We'll get you in. But yeah, again, we're looking at the major USD pairs that are secondary. So AUD USD, NZD USD, Euro USD. Also GBP USD. I just didn't like that chart, or I didn't see as much movement on that one. But Euro USD is climbing up there now. A lot of them starting to reject up, which is understandable because they had a pretty big move off those sell signals. Not surprised. But again, that's why we waited. Club Kim 100, what's going on? How are you? Welcome. We're still looking, guys. We're just waiting for the rejection. We had the break. Now we want the retest. We had the break on most of these. We just want the retest on all these. And that is the most important part. Diego, what's going on, man? How are you? Sorry if I missed your message there. Well, we got 9 minutes until we get a new hour candle here, guys. So far, NZD USD and GBP USD are actually looking like the best two. I like the AUD one, but we got a big, huge wick right at this pretty strong support here that it's been at 3 times now. It did break the lows, but again, it's rejected it 3 times. So we'll see what happens there. That is why we wait, though. That is why we do not jump in trades. But AUD USD has the most volume out of all these charts. We got what, 8 minutes? 7 minutes and 30 seconds until we get a new candle. I'm less liking AUD USD based off that rejection. Again, we'll look at it on the 4-hour time frame here so you guys can kind of see it from a zoomed out view. But if you guys see here, this is kind of a key zone right here. Nice. Welcome, Schubert. Welcome, man. We'll schedule a call this week. I will message you. This area right here is what makes me nervous. Because we've rejected it 3 times. Like I said, once, twice, 3 times. We've rejected it 3 times. Nah, I trade my own strategy, Marvin. SMC or volume profile strategies? Yeah, I just... nah, man. I've got my own strategy. I'm sure some of the intricacies that those have are somewhat in mine, but I've kind of taken a couple different strategies and kind of morphed them into one over the past 15 years of trading. So I like the way I do it. I think it works. A lot of people in this chat can attest to that. That have been around for a little bit here. So the indicator does have all the rules programmed into it, but you can learn without it. I think it's just it's a very good vehicle and tool to help you grow as a trader and understand the market structure and price action. What do we think is going to happen here on the hour? What do we think is going to happen here? Yeah, the GBP USD and the NZD USD ones I'm liking better, especially because they got room to move. This one has already broken that point of support right here. I would like to see it retest that and then go, ideally. Tis what I would like to see. Well, we got 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, it's just like any session, too. Like, when the New York session opens at 9:30, it doesn't automatically take off. Like, the New York session takes a little bit. You got to get some volume in. But, yeah, an Asian session really takes off around 10:30. And then once it starts to creep into that London session, as you guys know, that's when it really starts to move. That's where you get a lot of movement. This last 4 minutes of 3 minutes of this candle, we're getting a ton of movement. Ton of retracement back up, guys. I think getting over that impulse to press the sell when this was already down here is probably, I would say, 90% of traders' biggest barriers to becoming profitable is right there. Is you so badly want to press, and I'm not, this is a figurative you, not directed at anybody, is right here. We all wanted to, even me, I was like, should we press sell? Like, no. We don't want to catch it on this. We want to catch it right when it comes back up here and it's the confirmed downtrend. Miguel back and running. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. It's a good observation, though, Miguel, about the markets there. We got 2 minutes and 20 seconds exactly until we get a new candle, new hour candle. It should work. We've been getting people in it all day. Did you try this one? Just wait till the Nightbot pops it up. It's fun. I love it. I think it's such an interesting thing to do. It's so interesting to analyze. Like, think about what we're doing. We're looking at bars on a black screen and making money off of it. That is wild. Nana G, welcome back. What's up, man? How you doing? We haven't sold anything yet. We're looking at AUD, GBP, and NZD USDs. But it's wild. We're just looking at a bunch of bars. I mean, even when you make the chart naked, just looking at a bunch of bars. I don't understand how people trade with the lines or the setup lines like this. Or just the regular lines like that. The volume candles are nice, don't get me wrong. And so are the hollow candles, but I'm more of a traditionalist, you know? I like just the regular ones. Regular old candles. I see everybody's been going white and blue. Everyone's been going all white background with blue and black candles. It's been a big trend. I'm a traditionalist. I stick with the old way. The bars are what throw me off. These bars, this is just wild to trade that. But a lot of people like it. All right, so on almost all these charts, oops, sorry. On almost all these charts, you like the bar, these ones? Yeah, I like I personally just like the traditional candles with wicks. Especially if you have like wicks incorporated into your strategy, like wicking down and wicking up. That's interesting. I've actually... Young Jano, what's up, man? Yeah, candles are clear, open, and closed too. It's all good. It's like personal preference, you know? Just like anything. Yeah, I got you. Oh, let's throw this back on there. NZD USD has the volume now. What's the 4-hour candle doing? Yeah, I don't like that 4-hour wick. It looks good on the hour, though, to go for at least, like I said, 85. Who's Bubba Freed? Is anyone in this Bubba Freed that just added me on Discord? Yeah, that's why I try not to hop in until we get retracement. You know what I mean? Super important part of the strategy is once you identify the break of structure, wait for the retracement. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Good to know. We good. There you go. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't accepting a random person. Thank you for letting me know. Here's what I think is going to happen. We're going to have to wait on that 4 hour. Euro USD completely started reversing back up the other way. On the 4 hour and the 1 hour, it looks like we're still holding strong on this fair value gap, which I like. But again, I wanted to see closure under this, down here. So retracement just means after a prolonged downtrend, it comes back up. So, like, we had this come down here, then retrace. Come down here, then retrace. Come down here. Now we want to see it retrace back up to this zone right here before we get in sells to have it sell down here. So we're not holding the drawdown from here to here. We don't want to hold this drawdown right here. LAS 006. Hopefully that clears it up for you. You're most likely going to hold drawdown. Like, if you trade, you're going to hold drawdown. The idea is to minimize the amount of drawdown you hold. You're not going to snipe every trade. It just doesn't happen. We had a great one yesterday. We sniped it pretty much perfectly. But anywhere from like 5 to 15 pips of drawdown is not that big of a deal on the grand scheme of things. Awesome. I'm glad you got it, LAS. LAS 006. Yeah, they are. Yeah, those cells down there, man. That's why we wait. That's what we wait for, though. We're waiting for the retest here. I think we're going to have another retest probably right there before we go back down. Looking at the 4-hour chart, and this is important to understand. Sorry, let me go to the 4-hour. Looking at the 4-hour chart here, we had it come back up. Typically, things don't just go straight down or straight up. So what we like to do is make sure that we're not selling low. You want to wait for the sweet spot, essentially. You are correct there, Jose. I have not entered any trade, Nana G. I will let you know when we do, though, I promise. Sorry if I'm saying your name completely wrong, by the way. But yeah, the 4-hour candle, guys. So at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is in 51 minutes from right now, you get a new 4-hour candle. And typically on these 4-hour candles, you get retracement one way before it goes the other way. It's very rare that you get a candle open and completely keep moving that way. For instance, I'm going to give you guys an example here. I want you to look at, let's look at this candle right here. So on this 4-hour candle, when we got the sell, right? Look how much of a wick it created. It went all the way back up to here before it came back down, and then subsequently 4, 8, 12, 16 hours later, you'd now be in profit. If you were to sell, let's just say you sold once this closed, you'd be in profit 55 pips, but you would have held almost 50 pips drawdown based on this retracement. Ideally, we're trying to not hold retracement. Even though we have the direction of the overall chart correct, we have the overall chart direction correct. We have that it's going down. We try not to hold the drawdown part and get in at the best possible price. Again, it doesn't always happen like that. I've held 80 pips drawdown. I've held 90 pips drawdown. It's not fun, but if you make sure that your risk management strategy is correct, then you don't have to worry about drawdown. If you're not over leveraging yourself, you don't have to worry about drawdown. If you've opened up a position size that is correct based off of your risk management plan, you will be okay. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. Yeah, holding drawdown is nerve-wracking. I agree. It's not fun sitting on your hands watching the negative sign, you know? But it is also just part of the game. I don't know many people that snipe every single trade. You know what I mean? Even the best of the best, you know? What can't you hear, Desmond? You can't hear me? Can everyone else hear me? Hopefully. I've been talking. Alright, you're good, Desmond? Good. Yes, that is correct. Now, will you always be able to tell where the retracement is and how far it's going to go into retracement? No. But based off the rules that we've created, we have a pretty good idea. Leon Perkins, what's going on, man? Good to see you back in here. Welcome. For those of you just joining, we're just looking at sells on AUD USD, GBP USD, and NZD USD, possibly Euro USD, but I do not like the hour close that we just got an hour ago. And looking at the 4-hour, I'm not really the biggest fan, but I do like the break. The only reason that Euro USD I like the best is this consolidation has been going on for 3 days and 8 hours. We finally broke a key zone. These were our zones we marked up. If it broke up here, we would have taken buys, but it did finally break down here, so we could look for the sell side. But again, like we've been talking about all night, I think the theme of this stream has been break and retest to make sure that you don't get wicked down. If it breaks, you want to see it come back and retest, close fully below here, and then you can take your sells. Because as you guys have seen, that's how the market moves. Like this, like this, like this. It never just goes like this. It's very rare. Unless you're trading gold over the past 2 years and you bought. You would just be straight up. And that we had a huge wick down on the Euro AUD chart. Very weird movement going into this last 15 minutes. So, like, this is what I'm talking about. Who was it last? Like, so your break of structure was right here. This is where you broke the key level. And now this is your new key resistance. This was a support over here. It's now a resistance right here because we broke it and we're retesting it, hopefully to come back down. On the 15, it looks fantastic. That's exactly what we wanted. Lower lows, lower highs, break of a zone, closure below an EMA ribbon, fair value gap created, and then come back to retest the zone. It's like exactly what we want. It's textbook trade. I just don't like getting in trades going into a 4-hour candle. And maybe that's a me problem, but that's personally how I feel about it. Because sometimes those 4-hour candles really just take off on you. Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I use the same streaming music for every single stream. Just so I don't have to keep crediting the people, even though it's copyright free. I use the same one. It's like an 11-hour song. I literally have dreams of this music in my sleep. Because we hear it 5 times a week for 2 to 3 hours. It gets stuck in my head very easily. They're so strict about streaming rights and music, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put the people's credit in the bottom and use the same one over and over again. Yeah, lo-fi. This one's called Lo-Fi Chilled Beats. 12 hours of DMCA free and copyright free music for Twitch streamers 2021. It's fantastic. You can't beat it. Just chill background noise. Shout out to whoever made this. Let's look at that 15-minute chart and see what we got on a lot of these. Yeah, AUD USD rejected perfectly on the 15 there. I think you're going to see 20 pips. Easy. Easy. It's a nice break and retest on the 15, I tell you. I'd like to see it better on the 1 hour, which I think we're getting, like I said. I just want to see a good, solid red close. Yeah, it is starting to reject. Oh, big movement. Yeah, our 1 hours are starting to reject too. Even Euro USD's doing the same. And Euro AUD's going back up. So yeah, looks like we got the direction right on this one, guys. We got the direction right. Now it's just, when are we going to execute? Because remember, this could still wick this way. Could just be coming down here to create a wick right here and come right back up. We want to make sure that we're not in that trap there. We want the full candle closure rejecting this key zone down here. Then we can take sells. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. I know I've said it like 5 times, but I just want to make sure everybody understands the strategy here, what we're doing. Good, I'm glad you understand. Clear rejection on the 1 hour. Yeah, it's a good rejection. I just want to... So we're 20 minutes into the 8-hour candle, right? Or the 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time candle. We're 20 minutes in. I want to see this close like this for us to take the sell. So ideally, we don't get in a trade for another 40 minutes because the next hour candle is also a 4-hour candle. So on all these charts... I gotta stop doing that. We want to see that on all these charts. So the 4-hour candle still has some room to move up on this one. On NZD USD, the 4-hour candle again, if it respects this fair value gap, awesome. Then we can take the sell. But again, typically we're going to see it come back up. And those zones that I marked are key zones that we will retest. We will most likely retest. But so far, AUD USD is looking actually better on the 4-hour than some of these other ones. On the 4 at least, and on the 1. I really like that break and retest on the 1 here. If we can get this close like that, that would be awesome. Yeah, if that closes red, it'd be a really good indication for us there. Um, there are so many trades that you can make in the markets. We don't have like the fear of missing out. Like we may miss a good trade waiting on retracement, and that's totally fine with me. I'd rather miss a good trade waiting on retracement than take a bad trade and sit in retracement. Does that make sense? Would you rather sit and draw down and lose money, or possibly hit your stop loss, or not get in the trade because you were waiting for confirmation and make $0? I'd rather make $0 than lose money. So there's no harm in waiting for more rejection. If you miss it, you miss it. There's 23 hours a day and 6 days a week that you can trade the foreign exchange market. There's going to be moves everywhere. Once you get your strategy down, you'll be able to identify those moves a lot quicker on your charts, and you could start getting in some here and there. But I only make 1 to 2 trades per day, personally. Like I only take 1 to 2 trades per day, pretty much one. I'll enter sometimes the same on both, but I think this 4 hour is going to retrace this wick pretty hard, though. If we can draw out our key levels here, though. So we'd be looking for here, here, and here would be our take profits. And you can add your fourth down here if you want. That's going to be our key levels on this trade. Our take profits, if you will. So on 1, if you were to take it now, you'd be looking at 18 pips. 2 is about 50 pips. 3 is about 65 pips. 4 is about 80 pips. The way you figure that out is just looking at, again, the market structure here. This was where market gapped up, so that's a very key level. This is where we had a fair value gap created right here on the way up, key level. This is where you had consolidation above a key zone right here. Your final one is obviously just the bottom. So being able to identify where to put your take profits is equally as important as being able to identify how to get in the trade. Equally as important, if not more important. Because you may be able to get the direction right, but managing the trade once you're in it is also, very important. What's this 15-minute look like? We're getting a new 15-minute candle in what, 4 minutes? Yeah, 4 minutes it looks like. And it's always good to hop down to like smaller time frames too. So like I typically trade on the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 15-minute. Those are what I see the clearest market structure on and price action movement. But you could verify your position by looking at multiple time frames. And if it looks good on all those time frames, chances are you're on the right track. Let's get let's see here. You want me to look at Euro USD? Euro USD we had marked as a sell. And it looks like it's rejecting the zone good, but on the 4 hour, like I said, on the 4 hour, I just do not like that candle because we consolidated right here for quite some time. I'd like to see it break and retest on the 4 hour before we got in that. And again, I trade the 4 hour, 1 hour, and 15 minute. Miguel says USD CAD. Where is USD CAD? Do I even have that chart? What does USD CAD have no volume? Yeah, it does. And again, that would make sense because all the other pairs that we're looking at, the secondary pair is USD and they're selling. So primary USD pairs are going to be buying. So that's how those relate to each other. But yeah, it does look good on the 1 for sure. The 4 and the 1 hour. We actually already got the buy signal on the 1. It's consolidating on this fair value gap too. So, yeah, I like it. We got the buy on the 1 though. There we go. Which is always a good sign. All right, we just got a new 15. We got the 15 finally. Let's see here. Gotta stop doing that. On which one there, Bander Sax? Bander, just going by Bander. On Euro USD, yeah, it looks like it could be. It looks like it could be liquidity right here, but again, like I said, just the consolidation period is so long. This consolidation period is just brutal. And granted, you could have taken moves in this consolidation period. It moved for sure. Oh, the M5. You're looking at the 5 minute? Yeah, it does look like that right there, huh? Could be. Or it could be the break and the retest, and this is now the new resistance. Because again, it's not just a line. It's not just one area, like straight across. It's a zone. You know what I mean? It's kind of this whole zone right here. It could be. Time will tell. That's why on most of these charts, we're going to wait for the new hour candle. So, man, talk about the 5 minute. But let's see what that new 15 minute looks like on a lot of these. I think it's still retesting. Yep. Bullish movement. Bullish movement. Bullish movement on the 15, which is further indicating that we're retesting. Do the TA. We've got a couple charts we're looking at, but AUD USD. Here, actually, I'll just pull this over. These ones right here. AUD USD, GBP USD, NZD USD, and Euro USD. Looking at sells on pretty much all of them, to be quite honest with you. Just waiting for this new 4 hour candle to see if we retest this area up here, and then we can take sales. Like we were talking about earlier on these charts, guys, the hours were looking like they were going to come down and be bearish. But again, it could just be a green wick coming back up. So that's why you really have to stay patient with these charts. Make sure you got the move down, you know what I mean? That is why we're 1 hour and 48 minutes into this stream and I have not taken anything yet. That's why we're not in anything yet. But, again, we'll see what happens here. We only got 20-something minutes. Thank you, Adele. I appreciate you, man. Hey, we broke 100 people in the Discord, so that's pretty nice. The old 5-minute, eh? Buying reversals is probably one of the on like the lower time frames is just not for me, man. Going against the trend is just not something I like to do. Calvin Turner, what's going on, man? We have not taken in any trades yet. We're looking at AUD, USD, GBP USD, NZD USD, and Euro USD sells. At your local Starbucks in Thailand. There we go. We added another country to the list. Thailand. See a lot of people moving there. You from there, Calvin? Or did you move there? See a lot of people talking about how cheap it is to live there. Never been. Always wanted to, though. Nice. Well, that's awesome, Calvin. Marshall from Zimbabwe. There we go. Marshall, I saw you subscribed about an hour ago. Welcome, man. That's awesome, Calvin. Moved there 5 years ago. I've been looking at it. It looks really interesting. I just love Florida. But everything's overpriced. You know what I mean? I think that pretty much goes for everything in the United States. It's expensive to live here, guys. All these members in other countries, I'm sure it's expensive there too, but I mean, it is. The United States is out of control right now. It's fine with me. I do all right, but still, it's I'd much rather my dollar go further, like in other countries where it does go further, like a Thailand, for instance. Earning in dollars and spending in Asian. Yeah, that's the life right there, isn't it? Yeah, it depends on. Yeah, I saw a video on a guy that he always talks about his day to day, and he's like, yeah, I pretty much spend like between 10 and 12. For him, it's the pound. 10 and 12 pounds per day on just like food and transportation, and that like pretty much gets him by. It's like, dude, $10. I feel like I walk out the front door and I shit $10. Get in my car, I'm like, oh, there's another 75. Go to the golf course, there's another 400. Get off work and get food, there's another $70. Yeah, that's the best part of it. That's the best part of it, 100%. Not being landlocked to a job. I'm with you there, man. I'm 100% with you there. No doubt about it. To 100,000 bought per month bills food. That's like, which is like 2.5k USD. That's not terrible. Bills, rent, golf, food, and any fun. That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. Oh, you golf 3 times per week? There you go, Calvin. I don't know if I told you, but I'm a PGA member. I got my clubs right. Oh, I gotta go this way. Right there. I'm on staff with Titleist, actually. So they just sent me my new SM11s. The new SM11 wedges that just came out. They're pretty sweet. I don't know if it's the golfing. Yeah, man, if anybody wants to golf, you come visit me in Florida. Like I said, I'll take you golfing. We'll go play all the nicest courses in the area. Yes, you 100% can start trading with $500. I would recommend trading at a higher leverage. Make sure you use a smaller lot size so you don't over leverage yourself, but you can 100% start with $500. Just keep in mind, you're not going to be hitting home runs every time. You're going to be looking at, you know, $10 to $15 to $20 wins, maybe $30, $40 wins at the best, and you're going to, you know, keep taking wins using the same strategy. You're more than, you can easily start with that amount of money. No problem. Easily. You can trade on various different areas. This is where I trade, personally. But I don't care what broker you use. I like this broker a lot. You're a gambler, huh? I would go with the broker that I just sent you. Where are you based out of? It depends where you're based out of. Like, that has a lot to do with it. Where you're based out of is going to determine what. Nevada. Where in Nevada? I lived in Vegas for 10 years. Are you in Las Vegas? I lived there. I went to high school there. Nice. Yes, you can use liquid brokers in Nevada. I have personally used them. Oh, in Reno? Nice. I went to UNR freshman year. It's a vibe. I was an SAE. I've never used CoinX there, Desmond, but I think someone else brought that up in another stream. No, man, go Rebs. I graduated with both my degrees from UNLV. I only went to UNR freshman year. Not a fan. CFI is who you use in Dubai. Nice. Yeah, I never even heard of them, to be quite honest with you. Just use someone that I personally just don't like the US brokers because of the restriction on leverage trading. Like 1 to 50 is going to take you a lot longer to get into profits with a $500 account. Was I? What do you think? Shoot, I went to college in Las Vegas. You could go see Calvin Harris on a Tuesday. No, I don't have student loans. Nice, that's good. I appreciate you, man. Pepperstone's 30 to 1. What do you trade? We're looking at GBP USD, AUD USD, NZD USD, and Euro USD, but it's all foreign exchange pairs. I only trade foreign exchange pairs. Currencies. Not future currencies, spot trading. Oh, we just get a new 15 here. It's a vibe 89 from Reno. What's the chances? What's the chances? Yeah, you like those two? They look like some sells right now. Like I said, we're waiting on a retest here, and it looks like we're getting it right up into this area. As long as we don't break these previous highs right here, I think we'll be in good shape for this to keep continuing down. But we're waiting to see what we get on this 1 hour here. We got 14 minutes left. Why did I leave Vegas? I got a really, really good opportunity in Florida, so I couldn't pass that up. And plus, Vegas is dry, man. That dry heat is killer. Correct, yeah. Reno's not bad. It's all right. Lake Tahoe's awesome, though. Truckee, that whole area. South Lake, or South Shore, North Shore. I said South Lake. You know what I meant. I used to go skiing at Alpine. Well, now it's Squaw Pine because Squaw and Alpine combined. I think Squaw bought Alpine. Uzi, crypto futures like Doge perpetuals and all those. I mean, again, I'm not really big on day trading cryptocurrencies. I just don't think they have the same market structure as the foreign exchange market. I like price action and market structure in the foreign exchange market a lot better than I like it in crypto. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my stance on that there. Hopefully that makes sense. AUD USD on this hour candle is absolutely flying up. Not a fan. A lot of these are too. Yeah, it's hot, man. My first job ever, I was a cart guy at a golf course in Boulder City, Nevada, and it was 120 degrees pretty much all of August. It's brutal out there. You get in your car, your steering wheel's so hot you can't even touch it. Oh, awful. Nice, you're in Euro USD. Yeah, you took a buy off. We're looking at the 1 hour and the 4 hour because we're about to get a new 4 hour candle in 11 minutes here. So our analysis is on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. Alpheus Moon, what's going on? Nice, there you go, Bander. Nice. Good move there. For me, it doesn't meet my criteria personally, but hey, man, like I said, everybody trades differently. In the beginning of the stream, I explained that. Like, everybody's got their own strategy. If whatever works for you works, you know what I mean? If it works, it works. No sense in hating on someone else making money. You know what I mean? I think London session's going to push these bad boys down, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, I agree. It was a good... For me, it would be a gamble, just because it wouldn't fit my criteria. On the 5 minute, it would have right here it would have. So on the 5 minute, actually this candle right here would be good to go for however many pips that is. Like, it looks like it's going to probably go for 17 pips, if I'm honest. We had the Rubin flip, the fair value gap. Key reversal at a key zone right here. On Euro USD. Ronald is looking to short NZD USD for... What was the area you're looking at? Let's see here. Let's see here. You were looking at 5976. 5976. We're at that like right now. Yeah, it's like right here. Yeah, we're at 5977. So yeah. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Again, I'm just going to wait the 7 minutes for the new hour candle and the new 4 hour candle. There's no point in entering this close to a new candle, in my opinion, personally. Especially with it being a 4 hour candle. But yeah, we got what? 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Tell you what though, I have no problem not taking a trade if it doesn't go our way. If we don't get the rejection that we want to see, Euro AUD came down quite a bit after that buy up there. That looks good for longs too still. Through the London session to go up to here. I've been trading for 15 years there, Uzi. Uzi 3919. Oh, 3913. Sorry. I really hope that the break of the lows here on Euro USD is going to, in fact, just retest that so we can drive down. Because it consolidated for so long. Everyone's been asking about Euro USD all week in the chat. Everyone's been asking about it. Personally, I'm not touching it. No, not touching it. Not until we get some more information on what's going on with a lot of these geopolitical views. I would say if you're looking to invest long-term in crypto, it's not a bad time to get in, just because it has literally halved itself. It was $126,000, what, 6 months ago? So, I mean, anytime it's low is always good to buy. Buy low, sell high. But if you're investing, you know, a good amount of money for a long-term investment. But in terms of day trading it, I'm not touching it. It doesn't move. It doesn't have the same price action that the foreign exchange market does, and I just don't like it as much. What do we got? 3 minutes until we get this new candle, guys. 3 minutes. And we'll see what's going to happen with these charts. Oops. Two hours of rising after 4 or 5 hours of falling, but to still keep the high below the previous high, it's a good sign. It's a good sign that the retracement is in place here. I think we're going to end up taking sells on either NZD USD or GBP USD. AUD USD, I don't like that rejection. Again, with those 3 points, here, here, and here, I don't like that. So, probably going to take AUD USD out of the mix here. Unflag that one and stick with either GBP USD, NZD USD. I certainly don't like Euro USD anymore at all, really. So I think we're gonna get rid of Euro USD as well. So pretty much GBP USD or NZD USD is the only thing that I would touch tonight. If we were to mark our charts out here to see where our take profits would be. That's what you're looking at. So your TP1, you're looking at 30 pips, TP2, 70 pips, TP3, 133. And that's just... Where's this little green guy? We're going to delete him. It's not going to just drop straight. You know what I mean? You're going to have some movement down here, but ideally, through the end of London session, you see at least 70 pips. At least. That's my take on it. Yeah, Bitcoin's in a weird place right now, that's for sure. But again, what market structure do you have to go off of? You know what I mean? It hasn't been around, like, to have resistant points for... Look at that. And then the chart just stops. Like, this is when it was made. There's just not much information. This is your 12-month chart. Each candle here is 1 year. You've only had since 2011 to have information on this chart. This is it. This is all you got. Whereas in the foreign exchange market, it's just totally different. You know what I mean? Bitcoin just absolutely dumped off to under 60K. That's wild. Under 60K on BTC, not a good look. All right, here we go, guys. We just got our new 4-hour candle on all of our charts here. We're going to see what it does. Oh, that was a nasty candle there on Euro AUD. Here's why I think Euro AUD is going to sell, guys. Here's why I think Euro AUD is going to end up selling. Look at this trend line. Perfectly touching right there. The tops of each of those candles. I think it's going to end up being a sell. I could be wrong, but I think this thing's coming down, and I do not like trading against the overall trend, as you guys know. You still have lower highs, all three of these, and lower lows, all three of these. So between lower highs and lower lows here, this is still a downtrend. All right, let's see what we got here. NZD USD on the hour. It's trying to come back up, and GBP USD is trying to come back up. Here's what I personally want to see on these charts, guys, in order to get into them and to get a nice move. A nice little 6-7 hour trade where we actually can make some pips here. What I would like to personally see is it test this fair value gap right here on the 1 hour and the one that's on the 4 hour that we have. I don't necessarily love that 4 hour close on NZD USD. I think GBP USD, man. Just taking a look at some of these other ones with massive amounts of volume. Because we already marked these charts up over the past week. Not many of them are having the price action I'd like to see, to be quite honest. I do think that's the top of GBP USD though. At the most, we'd hold 30 pips of drawdown at the absolute most. I really wouldn't put it any higher. Maybe having a stop loss up here at 50 pips. But realistically, halfway into the EMA ribbon there, 40 pips would be your stop loss. Ideally, if it passes through this fair value gap, you'd mitigate. But it certainly can come up here and retest. That's the only thing I'm saying. But I certainly don't think this thing's taken off up. I think we've got the overall direction correct. And yeah. See what these 15-minute candles do. Wow, Euro AUD absolutely dropped off too. Okay, we're gonna give it Frank, gold and silver pretty much run with each other. I mean, precious metals are gonna pretty much run very similarly. They correlate heavily. I wouldn't imagine silver dropping and gold going up. You know what I mean? That wouldn't make sense in my opinion. Hopefully that makes sense, Frank. Tell you what, guys, NZD USD is the most solid looking trade. We do want to make sure real quick. What do we got tomorrow? So tomorrow, you have Canadian news and USD news tomorrow. Canadian news at 8:30 a.m. and red folder news, Canadian employment change, non-employment rate. And then you have USD preliminary consumer sentiment and inflation expectations tomorrow. So that is certainly something to keep in mind when holding overnight, because if we get in this trade, I think we're going to end up holding for a couple hours. Yeah, I just, Frank, I don't necessarily see that happening, but I could be wrong 100%. But both the metals are typically going to run the same. You know what I mean? Precious metals historically have always run the same. Here's our zone right here, guys. I'm going to draw this. This is our break and retest zone on the smaller time frame. We are coming into the perfect retest right here. Yeah, I'm with you there, Frank. I'm with you there. But you guys can clearly see this this zone right here. Yeah, oh, I will. 100%. Yes, I will. Yeah, we'll see what the new Fed chair does. I think this is where we're going to take our sell, guys. I think this is where we're going to take our sell. Yeah, this is where I want to take my sell. All right, so we're going to get in. Yeah, we're going to get in short positions here. Yeah, it does not. That's true. Borrowing power just becomes higher. The only thing that it will help is the housing market. Guys, I'm taking sells in NZD USD, and we're setting and forgetting for the night because I like the structure. I like everything that we've seen. I think we're going to take sells here. I haven't quite gotten in it yet. Give me a second. We'll wait the next 3 minutes out together. Top of the EMA ribbon, perfect break and retest. Love the chart, I really do. I'm not going to force a trade if price action doesn't go the way I want it to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But candles are getting smaller as we near the zone. I think it'd be a great price to get in at. And we go tight stop loss on this because we're up on the week. We've had a ton of great trades this week, you know. And Thursdays are our last trading days of the week. We don't trade Fridays. So, oh yeah, 100%. Any time of economic turmoil due to war or geopolitical factors, heavy precious metals go through the roof. 100%. Agree with you there. Agree with you there, Frank. What do we got? 2 minutes. I don't trade crypto, but if I were to invest long term, it could be a good point to buy. I agree with you there, World Star Money. Yeah, I saw that earlier. I wouldn't call it pushing. It's at 64 grand, but yeah. I mean, if you could see 72, it would be a good trade on the short term, but Again, I don't trade Bitcoin like that. I like foreign exchange currencies better. You know what I mean? World Star money. Got 40 seconds. Hope you're having a good day, man. Alright, here's our new candle. This is the perfect retracement if the chart is indeed going to keep falling. If we are correct on the direction of this chart, this is the perfect retracement. I think I'm going to need to see more evidence though, guys. I'm going with my rules here. I mean, I like it. I like to sell a lot. Here's what we're going to do. I put sell stops in right there if I were you guys. That's what I would do, to be quite honest. Sell stops at 59492. We could get in it now. Don't get me wrong. We can certainly get in it now. Nat Otuka, you didn't miss anything. We're still looking at this chart right here. Again, great break and retest on the 5-minute after we saw the 4-hour kind of spike here. What are these technicals saying? I think bounced off that EMA ribbon. I'm going to need to see more information, guys. I'm not hopping in this trade quite yet. Here's what we'll do, guys. Make sure you're in the Discord. I will send you guys the signal if I get in. I have it marked where if I get in, this is where I'm going to get in. You can put sell stops if you want, but this is ideally where I'd get in. Stop loss would be right there. Take profit's going to be down here. Stop loss you can make even tighter if you wanted. You could put it right here. That's what we're looking at for a trade. Let me back out to the 4-hour here. Just want to be able to show you guys what we're looking at here. So if we were to get in this trade, again, it's a big if. You're looking at TP1, TP2, and TP3 right there. But that's what I'm looking at, guys. What I'm going to do is I will send this out into the chat if I end up taking this, but I need to see more confirmation personally. I just need more out of this chart before I get in it. This is where I'd end up getting in. Oops, sorry. So we could put sell stops, like I said, and let them just get triggered. But that's where I'm at, guys. I think, and I like spot trading. I don't really like actually setting sell stops. So what I'm going to do is I will send you guys a notification in the Discord if I get in this trade. But we had a very good stream again. I think we analyzed really well tonight. And I hope everybody has a fantastic evening. Thank you guys for joining, as always. Round of applause for you guys. I appreciate everyone. We had a great week. Fantastic week of trading. We grew exponentially as a community. So I hope everybody has a great weekend. Again, we don't trade Fridays, but you guys are awesome. Showing up day in and day out. I appreciate you guys. Keep your phones on you. Make sure you got your notifications on for Discord. RC, appreciate you. World Star Money, appreciate you. Jose, appreciate you. Nat Otuka, Frank, Uzi, It's a Vibe, Ronald, everyone that joined, that we had a bunch of new people. Sydney, Desmond, my guys. Vander, I appreciate you guys. Again, sell stops right here. I have it set as a notification called Sell It on my trading view, 59488. But if I get in, I'll send you guys a message, okay? Thank you guys. I hope you guys have a great night. Hope you learned something today. Session open Sunday. Make sure you guys have your entries in. 3 people are going to get VIP for life and the trading with Matt strategy for life, the indicator. As long as you're in the Discord, subscribed on YouTube, and tagged me on your socials in that post. Sunday, market open reveal. We will draw the 3 on screen here with one of them spinny wheels. So I appreciate you guys. Have a great night.